What is overlanding and how to get started? First, what is overlanding? Overlanding, just like Jeep life and off-roading, all means something different to everyone. I believe we all have our own definition, and it changes as we grow on our journey. Off-roading can be taking your 4x4 vehicle on gravel roads out in the middle of nowhere, to difficult trails with lots of obstacles, or private off-roading parks. And off-roading is part of overlanding. Historically, overlanding is an Australian outback term to denote the droving of livestock over exceptionally long distances to open up new country or to take livestock to market from grazing grounds. The more modern definition of overlanding does not include droving livestock, and the definition seems to have a different meaning for different people. It's like a fusion of off-roading and camping. My definition of overlanding is exploring the great outdoors and historic places in your 4x4 vehicle while camping in your vehicle or a tent, whether a weekend, a week, or longer. You too can get started in overlanding, and it does not need to be overwhelming. You do not need that $50,000 overlanding rig or all that expensive camping gear to get started. The best way to start is to take a day, find a place, and go explore. Then find a place to camp out of your vehicle. Then build upon that. Find out what interests you and go from there. There are so many different places you can take your Jeep or 4x4 vehicle, and there is no one right answer or wrong answer. Here are a couple of tips on how to get started in overlanding. Before you start building a rig or buying expensive gear, figure out what interests you. Start with an overnight trip or even a weekend, then build on that. There are so many places to explore right here in the U.S. Check out the Scenic Byways near you. Even though they're on blacktop, they are a good way to get started. There are state and national parks and state forests have great scenic roads and lots of camping. Out west, there are a lot of national parks that offer camping for a fee in campgrounds and in national forests, and Bureau of Land Management has free dispersed camping. Dispersed camping is a term used for camping anywhere in the National Forest or BLM land outside of a designated campground. Most of the time, you will find a cool spot off of the road or a 2-track trail where someone has already camped, and there is usually a fire ring made out of rocks. It is a primitive site, no facilities or picnic tables, just you, the land, and a ring of rocks. If you want to see if traveling is something you want to do next time you plan a trip, and if you are not in a hurry, use Google Maps to get to your location, but go into your settings and click the Avoid Toll Roads and Highways. You will be taking the back roads. I find it fun because you never know what you will come across, from wineries to antique stores to historic towns and much more. Some good sources to find places to explore: trailsoffroad.com, a website cataloging trails all over the U.S. For some more back road ideas, head over to the official Trans-American Trail website. The trail was originally designed for motorcyclists back in the 80s, but Jeepers have begun to use these trails. It is a great way to get away from the big city and get a look at America's country roads. You can also hop on Amazon.com and search for back roads and 4-wheel drive trails. There are guides for Colorado, Arizona, California, and Moab. These guides have tons of photos that show the scenery as well as trouble spots. There are tips and advice from local experts to help you get through the trails. The trails are BLM approved and are legal routes. You don't need to have a fully functional overlanding rig to get started. Just get out there for a weekend. Each time you will find what works for you. We are all different and have different needs and wants. You may want to sleep in the back of your Jeep, or you may like to set up a tent or a hammock, or eventually you may want a rooftop tent. The options are limitless. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications of the newly published videos, and don't forget to like, comment, and share.